Yeah. I want to do the kisses, but I don't want to make out because I love you. But like your breath. Oh, that's a good scratchy scratch. Look at that old lady gray under there. I need you to stop. You need to stay this age forever and not get any older. Hello. Welcome back to another pizza party. I'm Mrs. Pizza, and this is a reading blog. So I have never done a reading blog before, but I'm actually really excited about reading these two books, and I don't want to just like wait to have to talk about them. I want to talk about them while I'm reading them because I'm excited. That being said, the books that I'm talking about, or the one that I am starting, and hopefully starting the sequel to, is going to be Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And of course, I may or may not have already ordered the second book, which is going to be Hellbent by the same author that just recently came out. I have actually been waiting to read this one since I heard that there was going to be a sequel, or there was a sequel announced, because I had a lot of people tell me that they were waiting on this sequel, and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait that long between these two. So I have picked up Ninth House from my library as an audiobook, and I'm gonna plow through that bad boy, and hopefully I finish it before Hellbent gets here. I just got a notification that it is on its way to me right now, but who knows? Who knows when it's gonna get here? All I know about this book is it's dark academia. This is the story of, I believe, a kind of girl from the wrong side of the tracks that gets swept up in this secret society thing that's happening at Yale and kind of gets pulled into a world that she probably wouldn't have experienced by herself. It's got a really cool cover. There's a snake. I'm into it. So let's get into it. I'm going to take Winnie on a walk, and we are going to start our dang audiobook and hopefully plow through it before the library needs it back too, because, you know, sometimes the library gives me 21 days and sometimes it gives me 12. And sometimes I need 21 days. These long books. Let's see how many books. Let's see how many hours it is. It's 16 hours. Oh, I can do that. I can do 16 hours. So we are going to read Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And hopefully it rocks our socks off. Because so far, 2023 has been going okay when it comes to reading. Let's keep that train going. Winnie, you want to go on a walk? There she is. Hello. Oh, creaky old lady bones. You want to go on a walk? Let's go on a walk and read a book, you know? All right, so it's early as hell. I've gotten a decent way into the book, so I want to chit chat about it. So we are reading this book, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I feel like a zombie that got put in the microwave. I am so tired today. It is extremely gray outside today, and it was really cold yesterday, but suddenly today it's like 50 degrees, and I don't know what to do with myself. The book. So, since I've gotten a little bit further into the book because I put on my headphones and adulted real hard all day yesterday, got a bunch of stuff done, feel very accomplished, but also made it a decent way through the book. So I can give you a more succinct, a more cohesive, a more words. I'm surprised I got those two words out of my brain because right now, I don't even know. Ninth House, what I know. This is the story of Galaxy Stern, also known as Alex, and she has had a rough life. Basically, the story opens up with Alex being a student at Yale, but she has been brought there by this secret society that needs her special skills. So they've made up kind of like a fake backstory for her so that she could actually get into Yale, because Alex does not have the grades nor had any drive to make it to college. But Alex is here working for these secret societies, working for a secret society, I should say, whose job is to keep all the other secret societies at Yale in check. In this world, magic exists. Secret societies are actually doing magical things, We have another character as well, and his name is Darlington, and he comes from the upper crust, is there to pass the torch. He is basically the lead student in charge for this secret society that polices the other secret societies, and he is going to be graduating. So he has to pass the role on to Alex. Now, in this book, we're following two timelines. We are following one with Alex that is happening after some event, and then one with Darlington that is happening before said event. And we are kind of with Darlington's timeline working towards the event, and with Alex's timeline working away from the event. Also, just important note, Alex can see ghosts. So that sounds horrific. I would hate that. In this book, they're called grays, but she can see them. That's not, no. I don't want that superpower. But that is where we are. I've got to get some more grown-up adult things done this morning because it never ends. It's a trap. Don't grow up. It's a trap. Winnie would like to go on another adventure time, aka a WAOK. We don't say that word until we're ready to go. But I will check in with you when I hit the 50% mark, which I don't think is too far off. But I wanted to get a little update in there before I got way too far into the story. I'll see you soon. All right. So, we've had a little bit of a hiccup. I, as I mentioned earlier, ordered Hellbent and another book because I was really excited. And it came, only it didn't, because it came in this beautiful plastic bag that was delivered to me empty. But I contacted the Barnes & Nobles and I will be receiving my copy of Hellbent hopefully here soon. But that being said, I have hit the 50% mark and kept going. I should have updated you earlier, but you know, yesterday was rough. And I had a rough day, and that's okay. We are going to talk about what's happening at the 67% mark. I am actually really, really enjoying this. We have reached the point in the story where a lot of the events that we have talked about, that we don't really know what happened, we just have seen the repercussions of these events happening, the consequences. We've reached the point where we're finding out what's going on. And I will say, Alex Stern is morally gray, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of morally gray Galaxy Stern. I also hope we get more Darlington, because he is Darlington. I'm sure I'm not the first person to make that teeny tiny little joke. But so far, so good. I'm really enjoying it. We've got a murder mystery happening. We've got other mysteries happening. Things are starting to come together. I have my theories, and I will probably be right about some things, but I can't 100% guess where this is going, and I'm enjoying that. It's a good thing. But hopefully, Hellbent gets here soon and doesn't get lost again. I hope it finds a good home. I hope both those books find a good home, wherever they are. Okay, Weenie. Okay, Weenie. I see that you have brought Smushmallow. You brought him. You brought your mallow. We are in party time mode, apparently. Update. Look what has arrived. Hi, Weenie. Yes, you didn't bring back your mellow. We're going to show them what has arrived. I have got my replacement for my books that never showed, that live out in the world somewhere without me. We don't know where they are. And I am very excited. Hopefully, I don't know, I haven't opened it. Watch them be in pieces inside. Oh, so far. Mother. Well, it looks like somebody keyed my book. That's fabulous. Just a big old scratchy scratch. Fantastic. But we have Hellbent. This is the second book that I have been patiently awaiting. Oh, hello. Look at that. Winnie, you are like in the worst possible spot. That's fantastic. A little bit of an update. So I have finished Ninth House. And I really enjoyed it. Was it perfect? No, but it was fun. I had a great time with it. I went and finally looked at some reviews because I was trying to avoid them in case there was some spoilery bits or anything that would influence me. But I found a lot of people weren't a big fan of Miss Galaxy Stern. And let me tell you, I was. I don't know if we are reading a villain origin story, but she is like willing to do some things that are a little morally gray to, you know, help the people out that she needs to help out. Protect those that need the protecting. It ends with a twist, which I knew was coming. not that I knew exactly what would happen happened. I guessed a few things kind of correct, or at least I knew some of the players in the game. And some of those things you're supposed to kind of figure out, and some of them you're like, wait a minute, whoa. Did not see that one coming. I was pleasantly surprised by some of it and felt vindicated by some of my former theories. And so I am excited to get into Hellbent. Oh, there's a blurb from Stephen King on here. Oh, he believes that Ninth House is the best fantasy novel that he's read in years because it's real people. I will also say, you're beautiful. Thank you. No, you killed something earlier, and I'm pretty sure you used your mouth to do it. Did you kill a woodland creature? So I don't want your tongue on my face, because I'm pretty sure you haven't. Have you brushed your teeth? I will say, when picking up Ninth House, it is not YA, it is adult. There is some dark stuff that happens. Some of it, that just happens out of left field. You're just walking along, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm sorry, is that sinister music playing? Has the lighting changed? Because something dark is about to happen. So if you are someone that is sensitive to triggers, check your trigger warnings. Take care of yourself. That being said, I'm so excited. I am so excited for this because I want to know what the heck happens, but I feel like when I reach the end of this, I'm going to be sad that the next one isn't already out too. That's just series, isn't it? Also, inside my little box, which also finally arrived to me, is Emily Wilde's The Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is by Heather Fawcett. I just thought this sounded really interesting. I think it says a curmudgeony professor's journey to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discovers dark magic, friendship, and love in this heartwarming and enchanted fantasy. Sure, this is like a printed hardcover, which is not what I expected. This book smells really weird. It smells No, it's just the book. Well, that's strange. I'll update you a little more when I get into Hellbent, which is going to be soon. I have a book that I'm physically reading right now, and if I don't finish it before starting this one, I have a feeling that I'll put it down and never pick it back up. So I want to finish that one first, but we'll get there soon. Yes, this is her. Come here, stinky baby. Hi, Weenie. Did you see? Oh, hello. Ow! You're so beautiful. Don't bite so hard. This is a lot. Come here, cheesy. Guess not. Guess that's not happening. I was hoping that you'd be a little bit more tired by now, you know? Guess that's not happening. Oh, she's just knocked over all the books. Hi, Weenie. She's got my hand in her mouth. Ow! You got like little baby shark teeth. Just pointy, angry teeth. This is Cheese. Hi. This is Cheese, and she is 12 weeks old, we think. We don't know. Because she was kind of found out in the middle of nowhere. She's been with us for a whole week, which is why I have not done any updating. Also, your face is wet because you've been playing with Winnie and you've got slobber all over you. Go, be free. I was hoping to time this so that we had like moved past play into tuckered out again, which kind of happens in cycles. You know, playtime, passed out. Playtime, passed out. But apparently I did not time it correctly and we are still in playtime. So I'm not gonna have either dog in here with me because they're too busy chewing on each other's faces. Loving it. Winnie's very excited to have a new friend. After some crazy delays. One, because we got a puppy and time was not my friend anymore. And two, I got my hair done. What do you think? I only want positive feedback, but I love it. It's been like 6 months since I got my hair done, so I'm pretty excited. None of that matters. Let's talk about Hellbent. Now that I've gotten a little bit into this, please don't eat books. Let's not eat books. You have so many toys. So many toys. Go get one. Bye-bye. Before I even get started talking about this, everything I say will be lightly spoilery because this is, at least for the first book, since this is the second book in a series, obviously, I have to talk about some of the things that happened in the first book as they pertain to the second book. I will try not to give anything too big away, but it's the second book in a series. There's just some things that I'm not gonna be able to not spoil. We are once again following our friend, Galaxy. Did you find a squeaky toy? It's a squeaky piece of pizza, and they're both playing tug of war with it. I mean, they're having a great time. I'm really happy for them, honestly. I would prefer if it was nap time right now. Okay, we are once again following our friend Galaxy Stern, otherwise known as Alex. She has returned back to Yale. This is her second year, so she is now a sophomore at Yale University. Within the secret society that she works at, the main liaison to the other secret societies is known as Dante, and the second in command trainee is known as Virgil. Because her Dante has disappeared, she is now Dante, even though she would be Dante at this point anyways, even if he hadn't disappeared, because she's a sophomore. None of this is important. This book opens up basically with Alex returning back to Yale and the same old happening once again. The secret societies are up to shady business. There is some sort of crime through line going on where she has to once again reach out to the police officer that is the contact for the secret society that Alex is a part of. The one big change in this one is that Alex now has a support system. She's made friends, she's got alliances, and that's one of those things about Alex that I really like. She is morally gray, but she is a ride or die. Once you are in that circle, Alex will do almost anything for you, but that's also kind of a hard place to be because Alex expects a lot from these people she's loyal to. Dawes, bless her heart, is trying her best to, that's not even my phone. Where did you get this? This is Mr. Pizza's phone, but I don't know where this just came from. So we're just gonna put this there. Thanks, cheese. So I am about 160 pages in. We have our crime setup happening. This one differs a little bit from the first book as well because we don't have dual POVs and we don't have as much of a pull between multiple timelines as well, which is kind of making this a little bit easier to fly through, if that makes any sense. I really enjoyed the first book a lot and I liked kind of the dynamic of trying to get to those points where the big things happen. This one is a little bit more straightforward. You are going back in time a little bit because some, dark and shady things from Alex's past have resurfaced, as we knew they would, because Alex is run with a rough crowd. She's run with a rough crowd in the past, and those kind of acquaintances don't want to give you up too easily. But I'm really, really enjoying this, and I'm kind of excited to get through it and see what happens. And hopefully this puppy lets me get there because I can only read when she's passed out, because trying to read when she's not passed out is not a good idea. It smells like a dog in here. So guess what? We finished Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. And I will say this was a fun ride. I would describe this series so far now as fantasy dark academia with like a sprinkle of the Da Vinci Code. Let me explain. Can you sit? Thank you for the sit. Are you just excited to be alive? Same friend. I enjoy being in Alex's head, but I could see if you were somebody that needed the reprieve that was Darlington's POV in the first book, because he is such a nicer person, for lack of a better way of putting it. I understand that being in Alex's head the whole time could be a little hard. I didn't mind it too much. I will say I did enjoy the parts of the book where we did pop into other people's heads for a little while. It happened several times throughout the book, and that was really nice to get a little break, see something else from someone else's eyes, and it helped push the story forward. Also, really like that everything is all connected and you were trying your darndest the entire time to figure out what's going on with this murder mystery, how we're going to complete our great big mission, how the secret societies are involved. In the first book, you got a lot more of the secret societies. In this one, there's much more of an adventure through line. We are trying to complete an activity together. And the best part of this is that Alex now has a team. She now has friends and allies. She's got Dawes, she's got Turner, and a few other people that she's picked up along the way. They're great, and I love them, and I love that this is becoming a found family. I cannot wait to see where the next book goes, and I'm sorry, but if we don't end up with, I mean, this is definitely a spoiler, but if we don't end up with more Darlington in the third book, I'm gonna be a little upset. I'm glad I read it. If dark academia with a heavy fantasy element to it is something that sounds fun to you, these books were a lot of fun. I enjoyed this a lot. That, kids, is the end of this pizza party. Thanks for watching my very, very first reading vlog ever. Hope it wasn't a complete mess. If it was, oh well, there's nothing I can do about it now. It's getting close to dinner time for these puppies. Cheese is over there licking, and Winnie is falling asleep in my lap. But I hope you're reading good stuff out there wherever you are. I'm pretty sure Winnie just farted. We almost made it through a video without you farting. So thank you for blessing us with that. I hope you're reading good books out there wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. You're so gross.